안녕하세요. And that about is the extent of my Korean. So I'm sorry, the rest of the speech will be in English. So first of all, yes, I'm Tom. I'm Chris's best man. It's about time he admitted it as well. So thank you very much, Chris. So as I said, I've known Chris since high school. So we've been friends since then. But first of all, I'd like just to take a moment and say how fantastic and stunning Hannah looks today. It's got nothing to do with you today. If we could just raise a glass and say, well done, Hannah and Chris. Well done, Definitely the better half in this relationship. Also, it means you'll get a little bit drunker and I'll become funnier as I speak. So yes, as Chris's best man, I feel it's my duty today to come let you know the real Chris, because some of you may know him as a friend, a relative, or a colleague, or even a new son-in-law. However, Chris will have painted a picture of himself which is very far from the truth. So my responsibility right now is to tell you the actual Chris.Sheldrick, because the paperwork's been signed and there's no going back. I'm only joking, I'm really nice. The real story's for later. So, as I said, I first met Chris in high school. We were about 17, 18 years old. And one of the best things about Chris was the fact that he had a house all to himself, because his parents were away working in South Korea. Now, most 18-year-olds would see the opportunity of having a 5-bedroom empty house as an opportunity to have endless house parties, become a legend amongst their peers by throwing endless parties and becoming awesome. However, that's not Chris. Chris decided the best thing to do with his entrepreneurial mindset is to rent out every single room to various people. And the amount of people that would be in the house, I'm pretty sure some human rights were being violated. Is that true, Chris?
No, that's true.
And that was probably one of the many schemes Chris had as a young man that was just drip-feeding the Sheldrick empire as it started to grow. Now, no part of the house was safe, not even the garden. One spring day, I came round to Chris's house to hang out, to find him at his computer looking at videos of chickens. And I said to Chris, I was like, what's going on here? And he's like, oh, I really want to keep chickens in the garden, it'd be awesome. We'll have eggs, oh, it'd be amazing, it'd be sweet. So like, okay, well, let's look into this. So about a week later, we'd ordered a coop, which is a house for chickens to live in. We found someone to buy chickens off. So about a week later, it all turned up. And one of Chris's many key skills is the art of delegation. So guess who built the chicken coop? Yep. So we erected the chicken coop, and we had 3 or 4 chickens in the Sheldrick household in the garden. About 3 hours after getting the chickens, so that's a total experience on 3 hours, Chris decided, oh, this is a great idea for a business. We should set up a business. I was like, okay, doing what? Oh, we should sell stuff to people, sell chickens and the entire thing, so that people can have chickens in the garden, and we'll set it all up for them. So a business was set up, which would involve Chris and I going around to people's houses.
And Hannah.
You weren't there for the start. You did save the business by actually organising us. But the concept was that we'd go around to people's houses, give them chickens, a coop, and build custom runs so that the chickens were an area to run around in the garden. This is despite the fact that neither of us have any construction skills or any construction tools. So not off to a great start. And one of the things I will say about Chris is, no matter how unqualified he is for a role, he always somehow manages to pull it off. So, you would assume that this business would be doomed to failure, yet within 1 month we appeared on a national TV show. As urban chicken keeping experts. Now, before we went on to the show, we were interviewed by the production team, and they said, oh, so how long have you guys been keeping chickens? And Chris, without even skipping a beat, went, oh, my whole family's been keeping chickens. So yeah, that venture actually went quite well. That brings me on to his current venture, which is an ever-expanding chain of cafes and patisseries around Australia. I don't know if he's mentioned it. It's called Passion Trade. Chris is fantastic at linking everything to business because today he's found true love with Hannah. But as he also works for Hannah's dad, he's also found a secure job. Just as long as he keeps Hannah happy. Now it may sound like Chris is all work and no play, however this couldn't be further from the truth. And although I can't tell you all the stories about his drunkenness and plays, what I will go into is our mini stag that we had last week. And Chris really enjoys figuring that out, but you've just got to take him to the right place. Now, I'm not sure how well you know Sydney's nightlife, but all I'll say is that there was lots of colourful lights, lots of glitter, and lots of very friendly gentlemen, very keen to buy us a drink. But we had a fantastic night, and Chris had plenty of drinks to pour for him, so don't get too jealous, man, because he came home with me. Now, as much as I've enjoyed kind of chatting and giggling with Chris, I'll try and say something nice now to finish. We've been friends for a number of years and you've greatly enriched my life with your crazy, wild and wonderful ideas. And in Hannah, you've married an absolutely fantastic person, far better than I ever thought you would ever get. But I think together you're going to have a wonderful life and I wish you every wish and best in the future. So if we all stand and raise a glass to Hannah. Is that Hannah and Chris?
Thank you very much, Tom. That was quite a speech there, and I'm thinking about hear Chris up soon build some poops in the back of my garden. All right, we're going to bring on now the Maid of Honour, Miss Linda Cho. I believe she's been friends with Hannah also for a very long time, as 15 years. Jeez, that's a long time. I won't say 15 years, it's getting a bit long, but we'll pass on the mic now for Linda. Big round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Linda, and I have the privilege of being Hannah's maid of honour, and to all the crew on the outside. So I've known Hannah since we've been teenagers, going through the awkward, very ugly stages in life, and we like to think we've evolved a little bit. So it's been about 15 years, and I'm really lucky that she's decided to keep me as her friend, because for all of you that know, she's probably the pickiest person you'll ever meet. She went through 5 wedding shoes to get to the shoe that we have today. We need lots of compliments to reinforce that she looks beautiful. I think, though, what I love about Hannah and what I really admire, and I've never really told her this because we're not that affectionate towards each other in this kind of way. I've always looked up to her growing up, and it's because she is just so dedicated in everything she does. Whether it's her wedding, whether it's relationships with people, or whether it's working out and going to the gym, she will make sure something is done 100% and it's never half-hearted. And that's why I think Chris has a really big job to do to keep her happy for the rest of her life. Because her standards are up here and she'll make sure she sees that through. And there's not many people who won't easily give up like Hannah does. So any other bride this morning would be getting ready, getting champagne, relaxing, but not Hannah. She decides to come into this room, make sure that each flower is arranged perfectly, giving orders minute by minute, saying this needs to be done, this needs to be done. But that's because she wants you to have a great time tonight, and I think that's really precious, that she's more worried about everyone else on her biggest day. So, you know, another thing that Hannah's really dedicated at is cleaning and organising. Some people might call that OCD, but you know, it's a good quality. And I have this memory that I'll never forget. So we were at Hannah's house, about 17, 18, you know, usually the age where teenagers have every excuse to be lazy and a little unhygienic, but Hannah decides to get out all her makeup brushes instead of playing with her friends, Harry and I, who have visited her house. And she decides to individually wash all of these makeup brushes, line them up on the windowsill, and then let them air dry with sunshine because she wants sunshine on her makeup brushes. And then we left the house, and the beloved Josh Kim, was in charge of the house. But it decided the weather was stormy. So Hannah calls Josh, and Josh tells her that he forgot to close the windowsill. So I'm not going to tell you what happened next, but all I can say is that I hope Josh has recovered from the trauma that Hannah put him through, because I never knew makeup brushes were that precious until Hannah made it very clear to Josh. The fact that Hannah and Chris are still here today, to be completely honest, for Hannah and I is a little bit of a miracle. Because when they first met, Hannah was 19, and we were a little vocal about how unhappy we were about whatever was happening. A, it was this strange boy from London. B, they met at a KFC on holidays. We were very, very vocal, Harry more so than me, so, you know. But it just showed Hannah must have known that there was something in Chris that she decided that he was the one that she was going to do life with. And, you know, watching Chris for the past, how many years? 7 years. It's just been great to see how he has made Hannah just a little better version of herself. She's a little more spontaneous, a little more relaxed, you know, a little more silly and fun and goofy. And that's all Chris. So we're quite thankful that you're in her life. I know you don't have the easiest job with, you know, Hannah's mood swings that we all know about. But you know, you always make her laugh, and that's what I think you want in a partner in life. Just someone that makes you laugh and someone you can hold your hand and get through life with. So, for both of you, I just wish you all the happiness, and I'm not going to promise you rainbows and sunshine all the time, but I know that you're going to always look for the happiness when it's dark, and you're always going to look for the rainbows together, probably doing a silly dance at your 70th wedding anniversary. Still telling Chris to go to the gym and lose some weight, but hasn't done much so far, so... It's okay, he's on you today, and that's all that matters. She's still married you, so she obviously loves you. That's true love. So, she'll marry. 너무 축하하고 진짜 너무 아름답고 항상 같이 있어줘서 고맙고 그리고 잘 살고
While you were dating, who made the first move?
Okay, but we have to hear the story. So how did Hannah make her move first?
What's your version of the story? Do you remember? The truth comes out.
We were in KFC and she had a Union Jack bag. Our bags over there. And so, yeah, it's me in KFC with a Union Jack bag. I was like, oh, look, are you from England as well? No, that's it. You should be impressed. No, use the accent. Use the accent.
Who was the pants in the relationship?
Who is the better dancer?
I think DJ, you're going to have to drop a beat.
DJ, drop a beat.
They both suck. Next question.
Who's the biggest baby when they get sick?
For the last one, who wakes up the grumpy in the morning? Well, that's it. Just a quick one. I've known Hannah for about. 진짜 지연이 오랫동안 알았는데 진짜 이렇게 크리스 같은 사람 만날 수 있어서 진짜 너무 축복받은 것 같고 너무 감사하고 진짜 지연이가 크리스를 만나서 성격도 너무 밝아지고 또 진짜 우리한테 크리스 너무 행운이고 진짜 둘이서 아주 예쁘게 항상 서로 서포트하고 항상 지연이가 크리스 제일 좋은 점이 크리스가 매일 보면서 어떤 모습이 더 예쁘다고 하세요. 근데 이제 결혼했으니까 힐보다는 이제 잠옷이나 팬츠를 많이 입을 텐데 그런 모습도 보면서 항상 like even though you will see Hannah more in sweatpants and heels, I hope you can tell that you love her every day. Tell her she's beautiful because she loves hearing that. It's her favorite thing. And I hope you live a full and happy life together. And I wish Linda and I and all of us can be a part of your journey.
Sorry, just before Meg to serve, Linda here's got a special guest. She's come from a very long way away. So I'm going to pass the mic on to Linda now, and she's going to introduce this special person.
So this person was quite upset that they weren't invited to the wedding. Especially because Hannah made sure that every person who was on the invite list was someone she absolutely loved. This person has been in Hannah's life most of their life, and you know, they thought Hannah loved him. It's a him. But unfortunately, we had to sneak this guest in because it wasn't on the invite list. Been around the world with Hannah, her grandma had to go through the trash to find this person, but Hannah has completely forgotten about him. And Chris, I know you're marrying Hannah, but you're marrying two people today. It's Hannah and this special guest. Everyone, please welcome Hannah's childhood doll, Mr. Tweety.
Mr. Tweety, come on down! Mr. Tweety, jeez. Hannah was just, first thing she said, do you remember who broke the eye? It was me. I broke the eye. But wow, I've seen this for as long as I've seen Hannah. I can't believe it's still alive. Sorry, Tweety, you didn't hear that one. Wow, that's amazing. I think it's time to get rid of it now. Honestly, Chris is going to get jealous. Yeah, oh right, Chris wanted to have a wedding ceremony, eh?
Yeah.
Wow, well, you know who Hannah's going to be sleeping with that. Alright, thank you guys. I think anything can be said soon. So if everyone can take their seats again, and we'll enjoy the night. Thank you.
I think the first time this wedding ceremony I enjoyed them, right? 오늘 여기 오셔서 감사하고요. 애들이 제가 오늘 첫 번째 딸이 지금 결혼했는데 남들은 슬프거나 눈물을 흘리지 않나 그러는데 눈물을 흘리는 것보다는 한 사람을 더 얻었습니다. 크리스를. 박수 좀 부탁드리겠습니다.
I have no idea what he said. I have no idea what he said.
You speak English?
Chris, what did he say?
He's going to translate.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so basically, AKA the boss, he's basically saying it's the first wedding of his firstborn child, Hannah. For some of you, that might be a sad day, shed some tears. Although they are tears of happiness, he would rather celebrate than be happy. He's a hard man, so there's nothing wrong with that. But he's also basically said that his enjoyment comes from, he's gained a son. He's gained a son, so he's very thankful for that.
저희들이 보통 한국 웨딩에는 이제 부모님이 모든 걸 주관하는데 우리 해나 크리스하고 모든 결혼식을 주관했어요. 그러니까 저희들은 하나도 몰라요. 어떻게 진행되는지. 그래서 여러분이 오늘 저녁에 저 미식 가수들도 이해 좀 해주시고 우리 어르신분들 한국식처럼 잔치를 좀 해야 되는데 저도 이렇게 하지 못한 거 이해 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 그리고 오늘 이 시간에 저희들 날씨가 안 좋았었는데 저 날씨가 오늘따라 많이 좋았어요. 비도 안 오고 아침에만 샤워하셨는데 저희 와이프가 아침에 한복을 피가 바로 저희 장모를 계시농구에 갔었는데 장모를 어른께서 무지개 보고 해나가 너무 결혼식이 축복받을 것 같다고 얘기를 했다는 걸 저 얘기 들었어요. 그래서 저희 장모님이 우리 해나를 너무 사랑했는데 저희 장모님이 한테 박수 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 즐기시고 저희들 해나하고 크리스를 축복의 어떤 서포트를 많이 해주시기를 부탁드리겠습니다. 감사합니다.
I think he must have thought the last message was quite important, so he's asked me to translate. Basically, I just want to thank everyone for coming, and tonight he's asked everyone to basically, support and share this happiness on this special day, and basically, I think watch them as their love grows. So thank you very much, guys. Right, so next is the father of the groom. I haven't actually had a great chance to meet or speak with Mr. Ian Children, but from what I've seen and known from Chris, I can already tell that, without even meeting Ian, he's a true gentleman and a man amongst men. So this time I invite Mr. Ian Sheldrick.
Thank you for coming.
Can you speak Korean, please?
Christopher's story actually starts with Anna down here. What? A first child, A for Anna. So, 30 years ago, Seoul hosted the 1988 Olympic Games. And Christopher was born mid-Saturday of those games. 20 years ago. He was born 3:20 in the morning, this was London time. And just made sure his mum was comfortable, so dashed home. It was about 4:30 by then. Switched on the TV, just in time to see the 100 metres final runners on the blocks. Ben Johnson won that day. We thought, oh, Ben, that's a nice name. A for Anna, B for Ben. And then, unfortunately, later that day, there was a controversy broke out about the doping and everything, so we thought, we can't possibly have our charming little lad with a name related to doping in sport. So we skipped B and went straight to C. Christopher. Evan. So all the Koreans could just about handle that name, so Christopher became Christopher.
Sorry, Ian, I just got a mic test here.
Anyway, we then had C for Christopher. He grew up and charming little lad, and he's still trying to charm everybody today. But after Tom's speech about his entrepreneurial skills with chickens, I think we ought to go back a few more years, because his first entrepreneurial exercise was, he was probably about 10, and it was in his middle school, junior school, and we decided that they were having a car boot sale. My wife and I decided we had loads of stuff happening around the house, so we thought we would take a car along the table and see what we could get rid of. And this was in the autumn. In the meantime, Christopher had gone out in the surrounding park and collected a huge number of conkers, or horse chestnuts, you probably know them as. So we set out our stall and we stood there all afternoon waiting for customers. Meanwhile, Christopher was sitting cross-legged on the playground floor, surrounded by young kids selling these conkers for 1 penny a piece. Anyway, come the end of the afternoon, we packed up we came home with everything we went with, but Christopher came back with an empty jar. So, this has started since he was 10, for the last 20 years. But, one thing I'd like to add is that it was nice to see everybody coming in. It must be a popular couple, because people come from all over the world. So, 50,000 air miles, which is roughly the equivalent to go around the world 22 times. Or put it another way, to the moon and back. So people obviously like you.
He's okay. We like him.
I'll just wish you all the best of luck in life.
There you go.
Hello, everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me and Hannah today at our wedding. I'd like to start off especially by thanking Hannah's father and mother for looking after me for the past 3 or 4 years here in Australia. Hannah, coming in prodigy and some of that.
So how would you say you have a drink?
Saying thank you isn't going to be enough to show my appreciation for giving me Hannah. But I'll spend the rest of my life showing both of you just how much I appreciate and cherish Hannah, making sure she's happy, comfortable, and loved. Thank you to my brothers and sisters. Thank you to my brothers and sisters for being so fun, loving, creative, and trying to live as fulfilling lives as possible. I think it's the best way to be. And welcome, and I'd like my brothers and sisters to welcome the new brothers and sisters to the crew, Hannah and Josh. And also, I'd like to welcome Nicole, David's recently. I'd like to thank my dad. Where is dad? He's over back there. I'd like to thank my dad for working so hard throughout his life to support me, my brothers and sisters. Pretty much everything good that I've ever done can be traced back to the hard work and opportunities given to me by my dad. I'd like to thank my mum. Where's my mum? Over there. I'd like to thank my mum, because 35 years ago, she was so brave and followed my dad to England. She moved to a foreign country, to England, where she didn't really understand the language and was able to raise all the way to the other side of the world, to England, different time zones from friends and family, where she was able to raise a loving family and half of them, most of them get there, all of them get there. There's 8 now, I guess. I'd like to thank all our fun, loving aunties and uncles from both sides of the family who have come in today from Australia and Korea. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank Linda, Aileen, Harry, Mina, Yvonne, Bella, Sub, Cherry, and Emma for supporting Hannah today, getting ready to make her look so beautiful. Well, she always looks really good. We have such great friends and family who travel across the world to stay with us. Honestly, there's no friend here that I don't consider family. So I'd like to give a toast to all our families who travel across from far and wide, and you made this day so special. And I love you all very much. Thank you.
Thanks, man. I've been pretty hard time while she was young, but it's made her the strong woman that she is today. If it's one word of advice, Chris, just, I think it's just be careful. Because right now, what I want to sort of say is, like, if you've ever seen that movie Forrest Gump, like, I want to say, like, run, Forrest, run, like that. What you can, but, it's all good. And touching on that note back there, that before I do. I'll tell you what, for better or worse, sickness is in health, and rich or poorer, you're going to cop that for the rest of your life. You're going to have to make sure you make your ground on that one. But yeah, great day, guys, and appreciate everyone for being here again. Special day. Like I said, we've got our proudly sponsored Tree Velvet Cakes. They're the new range, so if you go to the website, you can order it online. Yeah. Keyword Hannah and Chris, and you get 10% off. So put your orders in. That'd be great. By the way, I get a cut, so that's great. But I think now we'll go ahead. We'll do the cake cutting. So.
No? Yeah. Thanks, mate. You got to wait.
Sorry, yeah. Thank you. Kiss, guys!
Kiss, kiss, kiss!
Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me. It's for the way you look at me. Oh, it's for the only one I see. These extraordinary things is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you.
Thank you.